Okay, we are live. So, hello, Dr. Krista here, and we're going to do a different kind of live tonight. We're going to use AI assisted technology. We're going to ask AI some questions. I have not asked it these questions before, so I will be surprised what it says. But we'll do a little interview here. So, let's see how it goes. Okay, it's connecting. For
It's a great
women,
word, connecting. It's the core of any relationship.
uh-oh. Okay, here we're starting again. For women, what are 3 things to focus on to optimize health?
For women, optimizing health often comes down to focusing on 3 key areas. 1, gut health. Everything starts with the gut, supporting digestion through a balanced diet full of fiber, fermented foods, and whole foods will not only improve digestion, but boost energy, mood, and immunity. 2, hormone balance. Hormones regulate so much from energy levels to sleep to mood. Prioritize sleep, manage stress, and nourish your body with healthy fats and protein to support your hormonal system. 3, movement and strength. Strength training, in particular, is crucial for maintaining muscle mass, bone density, and metabolism as you age. Regular movement can also help balance mood and improve overall mental health. Do you think any of these areas could use extra attention in your own routine?
Wow, I'm impressed. Pretty good. Gut health, number 1 there, right? So that's what we emphasize all the time. As I've mentioned before, probiotics and fermented food are not for everyone, can make some people a little worse. So, depending on your circumstance, good to reach out for some help if probiotics or fermented foods seem to bother you. Hormones, yes. So many people forget about hormones, and a lot of your hormones are actually made in your gut. So that's why gut health is number 1, so that then you can work on balancing your hormones after that. But the hormones are your signaling molecules between cells. So if you forget to work on your hormones, oftentimes things don't get worse. Well, they don't get better because you're not optimizing that signaling pathway. And then the last thing was strength training for women, which I think is huge as well. A lot of us are not doing a lot of strength training, and especially as we get older, we actually need more strength training in order to maintain muscle mass, lean muscle mass, not even like bulk, but you need more protein, you need more training for that to happen. A lot of you may have experienced, going through menopausal transition, and all of a sudden you gain belly fat and you don't have the same muscle mass, and the workouts and the eating you used to do are not working as well. So things have to change with time. So let's actually ask it about that. For postmenopausal women, what is the best type of exercise to maintain lean muscle mass? Hard question.
As hormone levels shift during menopause, especially with a drop in estrogen, it becomes easier to lose muscle mass and harder to maintain bone density. Strength training with weights or resistance bands helps counteract these changes by building and preserving lean muscle, boosting metabolism, and improving bone health.
Awesome. There you have it. So you got to do some strength training, resistance, I really like. And over time, the lengths that you're working out, like maybe before you used to do 40 minutes, as you get older, it's actually better to do shorter periods, but more frequently. So maybe 20 minutes, 4 times a week versus 40 minutes twice a week. So that's a really great thing to know. Let's see here. What are 3 ways to balance your hormones naturally as a woman?
Balancing requires some lifestyle shifts. Here are 3 effective ways. 1, prioritize nutrition. Eating a diet rich in healthy fats like avocados, nuts, and fatty fish supports hormone production. Reducing sugar and processed foods also helps to stabilize insulin and cortisol, 2 hormones closely linked to overall balance. 2, manage stress. Chronic stress can lead to imbalances in cortisol, which can affect other hormones like estrogen and progesterone. Incorporating stress reducing practices such as meditation, yoga, or even simple breathing exercises can go a long way in keeping your hormones in check. 3, get quality sleep. Hormones like melatonin and hormone are regulated during sleep. Lack of sleep can disrupt cortisol levels and throw off your hormonal balance. Prioritizing a consistent sleep schedule and creating a restful environment can significantly improve hormonal health. Have you found any of these areas particularly challenging?
What do you think? Have you found any of those areas challenging? Yeah, I think those are all great answers as well. Eating more fat, women especially tend to not eat enough fat because we're all afraid that eating fat is going to make us gain weight. But that's not true as long as it's quality fat. And again, our hormones are made from fat. So if you're leaving that out of your diet, your hormones are going to feel imbalanced and you're not going to feel great. Mood swings, fatigue, lack of motivation, all of those things. Um, Really working on stress is huge, huge, huge. Not just mental, emotional stress. I mean, that's the one that this AI was kind of talking about. But also, chemical stresses from our environment, from food we're eating, water we're drinking, chemicals we're putting on our skin and our skincare products. So many different things can affect our hormones. Touching receipts, those can have estrogen blocking hormones or disrupting hormones rather, and plastic water bottles, right? All those things that you've probably heard about, but a lot of us don't actually take action on that. So that's huge. Getting enough sleep. Whew. And I know this one can be really tough, especially going into the postmenopausal years, and or if you're someone with a little wee child like myself, sleep can be super, super tough. If you are needing a sleep aid, it's usually because there's some underlying issue going on. Probably your hormones aren't balanced, or you're dealing with stress in other ways that are affecting your sleep hormones. So, really important to get to the bottom of why you're not sleeping and not just always take something like melatonin. But all of those things are great options for balancing hormones for sure. Okay, let's do one more here, and then I hope that you guys have learned a lot from AI. Who knew this is the new technology, right? What is the best way to transition from work to
It looks like
home
your
life?
question got cut off.
Oh, my question got cut off. Okay, we'll try one more time. What is the best way to transition from work to home life in terms of reducing stress?
The best way to transition from work to home life and reduce stress is to create a clear separation between the two, both physically and mentally. Here are a few tips that can help. 1, establish a routine. Develop a consistent end of work routine, like shutting down your computer, tidying your workspace, or going for a brief walk. This helps signal to your brain that the workday is over. Take a few minutes to decompress. Before diving into home responsibilities, take 5 to 10 minutes to relax. Whether it's deep breathing, stretching, or just sitting quietly, giving yourself a buffer can ease the mental shift. 3, set intentional boundaries. Mentally set boundaries between work and home. This might mean no work emails after a certain hour, or turning off notifications, allowing you to be fully present with family or personal time. Do you find it tough to switch off from work at the end of the day?
So that's a question I actually get often from folks. Is just like, I have such a hard time going from like work, work, work mode, and then I get home. Like, how can I help that transition? And I love a lot of those options that the AI discussed, really setting clear boundaries. But one that I really like is grounding. So getting your feet out on the earth, touch the grass. AI talked about going for a walk. That's great too. But if you can really have your feet touch the grass, you will get those negative ions. I know it is sometimes cold out, but you can still do it. Hug a tree, even just get those phytochemicals from nature. That's going to really help transition you. Um, if you think of anything that you are grateful for, that will help switch your brain from like anxiety, stress, go, go, go into a different kind of brain wave. So that's a really helpful thing to do. And then, of course, breath work, on your drive home, sitting in the car before you enter your house can be really helpful too. A lot of people tell me like, I have no time once I get home, and I'll just say take 5 minutes in the car before you enter the door and work on your breathing. Or I like to do it every time I go through a doorway. So entering into my house, a bedroom, the car door, all of that is a signal for me to work on my breathing. So this was a little fun live for you guys all today, and I hope that you learned some things from our good old technology. So thanks, AI, for your assist, and some things I agreed with and some things that we clarified a little bit. But let me know if you have more questions that came from this, or if you thought AI was helpful. Let me know how it goes. Try some of these things out as well.